All right, guys, we have a lot to cover. The girls are fighting. Charlotte Tilbury and Huda are at it again. We're going to talk about that. Chris Brown is still in jail.
Crazy is that the UK justice system is doing what the American justice system could never do: hold Chris Brown accountable without bail. Now, shout out to Say Cheese GGTL for the mugshot, because y'all really came through clutch. Now, they stated that Chris Brown had been arrested for smashing a tequila bottle over the head of a music producer in the UK in 2023. Now, for some strange reason, these tour tickets are still on sale, but we're going to get to those in a minute. Now, according to Sky News, it stated that the 26-year-old had been remanded in court until June 13th, so he was denied bail, which means that he's likely to miss his tour dates beginning in the UK. Now, Sky News goes on to report that he was accused of attacking a music producer by the name of Abraham Diwa, and I hope I'm saying his name correctly. Now, this occurred back in 2023 when Chris Brown had smashed a tequila bottle over his head. Now, according to prosecutors, they stated that Chris Brown had smashed the tequila bottle over his head, as well as kicked and chased the music producer around a nightclub called Trap, and they have this on CCTV. Now, Chris Brown was he still is in Manchester, because he begins his UK tour dates beginning in the Netherlands. But that's not going to happen. And if you bought tickets to see him in the UK, that's not happening either. And for the pick-me's in the comments, this is Chris Brown's own doing, because how you got all this money and all of this big, large team, and you don't got nobody checking to see if you got warrants out for your arrest in other countries? Because it happened in 2023, I'm just going to assume that Chris Brown thought, I'm untouchable. But federal prosecutors in Manchester had another thing coming. Now, if you do have tickets to go see Chris Brown in the UK, you're going to have to contact Ticketmaster to see if you can get your tickets back, or see if they're going to get pushed to a later date. But according to Manchester prosecutors, he's not getting out of jail anytime soon. So if you do have tickets to go see him, good luck. And if you already saw him, well, that's great. And before you get on the internet attempting to defend this man, Chris Brown did this to himself. He also did it on CCTV, so there's no denying his level of abuse.
That's right. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, he went to jail in London for hitting a producer over the head with a bottle at a nightclub. He then went to his hotel room and the police got him, took him to jail, and he has been denied bond. So it's not a good look. So he's going to be in there for another, 2 weeks, 3 weeks now. And, I think I know. If you guys remember, I posted a video of Chris Brown in Dubai, a nightclub, and he was looking kind of shifty, and his eyes were, weird, and he looked like he was on something. Remember we talked about that, and I told you he had like demon vibes. And then here we are again. He's at another nightclub, hitting someone over the head with a bottle. I think he just has too much going on. Okay, I think that he's a perfectly fine person, but when he does, I think he starts going crazy. But that's just, God forbid you have an opinion on YouTube, all right? So that's what's going on. Like, if he doesn't stop, he's going to end up like P. Diddy, all right? At this point, he should just sell his whole entire music catalog like Justin Bieber did for, $300 or $200 million? I just think he should just do that. I think when it comes to Chris Brown, he has really good music, but the fact that he hit Rihanna, the fact that he's now more scandals, it's just like ruining his brand. You know what I'm saying? It's so sad. Like, he was such a young, fun kid, and then you just see him now, you're like, what happened? What is going on with these people that, like, they get money and they start crashing out? You know what I'm saying? Okay, if I start crashing out, you know I'm a billionaire at that point, guys. If I get on camera and I start crashing out, I made my million. I don't even care anymore at that point. All right, so let's talk, because I feel like we need to talk. So the major drama with Huda and Charlotte Tilbury is, again, Huda Beauty on her social media posted a video of a girl basically comparing her Easy Bake setting spray, the Huda one, versus the Charlotte Tilbury setting spray. And because, Huda posted it, it was more in favor of Huda's side. And Huda Beauty innocently posted the video. Was nothing drama about it. It was just a review. Well, Charlotte Tilbury saw it and got mad. She viewed it as competition and demanded Huda Beauty to take down the video. Now, I made a clip on it on TikTok. Let me show you that clip. Here we go. The girls are fighting. That's right. Huda Beauty and Charlotte Tilbury are in a huge beauty feud right now. So this all started when Huda Beauty posted a photo of a girl using the Huda Beauty Easy Bake setting spray. Ooh, I love this one. It's so good. Which is an amazing setting spray. Can I say that? And they compared it to Charlotte Tilbury's setting spray. Which one's better? In my opinion, the Huda one is. That was the video. I mean, we've seen this done so many times when it's Coca-Cola versus Pepsi. Michael Kors and Calvin Klein and Louis Vuitton versus Chanel. So Huda Beauty posted this video of a woman comparing the two setting sprays. Well, Charlotte Tilbury got so upset, she demanded Huda Beauty to take down the video. Well, Huda Beauty, being a nice girl, she took down the video. And fans are not happy with Charlotte Tilbury for making her do that. And here's the thing, everybody wants real reviews. And when you get a real review, the person gets mad. Listen, as a self-made millionaire, I can care less if Charlotte Tilbury sends me PR or not, or on a brand trip. I'm Rich Lux, I keep it real. Charlotte, you were wrong for that. 100%. Fans in the beauty community are upset with your behavior lately. The fact that Huda Beauty finally got a win and is like, hey, you know what? A lot of people are liking my setting spray compared to yours. And honestly, Huda's setting spray is badass. And so I just think Charlotte Tilbury got really upset. Wanted her to take down the video because Huda has reach. Huda has clout. International superstar. And now the video's taken down, but the damage control is this. So I'm gonna juxtapose here. People who didn't like the setting spray now like the setting spray because of your behavior. This could be the downfall of Charlotte Tilbury. Let me know what you think about this, darlings. So again, this right here is the Easy Bake Setting Spray by Huda. I have a little bit of just like powder and makeup on, so watch. And the reason, feels amazing. And I have my little beauty fan with me, guys. I'm gonna put it on, watch. This slaps. I freaking love this, watch. Let it just set in there. So the reason this is more popular, in my opinion, is because essentially it does the same thing as the Charlotte Tilbury one does. However, this setting spray has a lot more skincare ingredients in it. And I can tell you off the bat, it's rice starch, niacinamide, hyaluronic acid, alcohol-free, fragrance-free, okay? And it's waterproof. You can jump in the water and all that stuff like that. And doesn't transfer. And you see that little ball? Kind of shakes it up. So Charlotte Tilbury setting spray does well. People actually like it. I've seen so many videos, people are saying that they use it for their wedding and stuff like that. But there's a new girl in town. And people are shook by it. And I think that more people want their makeup to have skincare ingredients in it. Even if it's just a little bit. And so this is why this wins. At the beginning of the year, Anastasia Beverly Hills released their setting spray and I loved it. Then like a month later, this one came out and I was like, oh, I love this one because of the ingredients in it. Okay, so here's the backlash, right? So I've been reading your comments about this entire situation. A lot of people love Charlotte Tilbury, but they're now upset with her for this behavior. They're now saying that I can't stand by, you know, her dramatics anymore, that they didn't like her last palette. She got upset about it. And there was some other scandal. There was like another woman that had to do a whole entire rebrand because Charlotte sent her a cease and desist or something like that. It's just like, at this point, Charlotte Tilbury is really trying to own the beauty space, but she's forgetting that there's just so many brands out there that are popping up every day or coming out with new and better stuff every day. And so Charlotte Tilbury needs to focus on just stepping up. Essentially, people are just losing interest in Charlotte Tilbury right now because of her drama. I want to switch focus to Michaela Nogueira real quick. So Michaela Nogueira posted this video on her TikTok. It's very long, but I have like the 5-second clip of it. Here we go, roll it.
Eyeshadow in the inner pad of the eye, the way this brightens, obsessed with the look of that. Let's go max out my credit card. Just kidding, I don't have a limit. Ready with me?
All right, grab a snack and come on back. What was so upsetting is I saw people talk about that it was bad timing for her to say that. About her having, she said, come on, let's go max out my credit cards I'm joking. I don't even have a limit. I think that was not relatable to her audience, and you have to understand, right? Let me tell you, it's something different. Like me, I'll sit here and unbox $10,000 bag. I know that's not relatable, but I'm not trying to be relatable. Being relatable was never my gig, right? So you kind of like, oh, I get it. I'll sit up here and put on Chanel makeup to house. Being relatable is not my gig. I've always reviewed luxury stuff. Michaela Noguera, why it's an issue, is because here you have a girl who worked at Ulta Beauty, which we know doesn't pay the best, let's be honest, guys. And on top of that, she was like, I quit my job. I want to be a beauty influencer. And she started from nothing. All her outfits were relatable. Her makeup looks were like, oh, I can do that. And she was just like, you know, she looked like a normal girl. It looked like achievable beauty. And now, for her to get to this part of her career, and she's saying things like, oh, I'm going to go max out my credit cards. I'm joking. I don't even have a limit. To her audience, it is a slap in the face. To her audience, it really is saying, hey, you know what, guys? Like, you know what? Like, this chick, this Michaela Noguera, like, she made so much money, she doesn't even remember about us anymore. The ones who are getting her Birkin bags, her houses and cars. We are the people who put her where she's at, and then she's saying this stuff. So it is a slap in the face, in my opinion. God forbid you have an opinion on something. So I just wanted to say that in the comments down below. And I just want to say that period because I want to know what you guys think about that. And oftentimes, like, I see it. I see, like, influencers start humble beginnings, and then they move along in their career, and all of a sudden you're like, they're unrecognizable. And also they're like all about the Louis, Gucci, Fendi, and Chanel. And you just like, the normal people can't afford that. In this economy, you're talking like that, Michaela. In this economy, you must have some really good investments, because let's not forget, it could all go away like that. I mean, look at James Charles. He got canceled at the house. So this is what I'm trying to say, guys. Like, I just want to put that out there, and I really want to know what you guys think about it. And not only that, but, you know, the things that have also went on that with Michaela lately, and the relaunch of her launch, and the fact that Jeffree Star said he was going to review it and still has not reviewed it. You know what I'm talking about? Like, this is what I'm talking about. I don't know. I just think that, like, I think Michaela has gotten a lot of money from this POV investment situation, and I think she's got a lot of money from, like, the selling of the house and her business deals, and I think it's just kind of all gone to her head a little bit, because, like, money runs out. Like, it really does. And not to mention, I look at Michaela's content, and I really do think that she's living above her means. I mean, she doesn't need a $4 or $5 million house. It's just, at that, you just don't. To be a beauty influencer in 2025 and buy a $4 million house, I wouldn't do it. No, I would buy little bitty houses and then rent them out or sell them or flip them. But you know what I'm saying? And if I was Michaela, I would live in a nice little apartment and make my videos and stack my money up till the day I want to retire. Be like, bitch, I'm good, honey. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying. Did I clock that? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I just food for thought. I mean, am I wrong? If I'm wrong, y'all let me know if I'm wrong or not. Because y'all guys always love to let me know when I say something wrong. And I really feel bad for Charlotte Tilbury, because I think she has some really good stuff out there. For example, like this lipstick that she came out with. I believe this is called Runway Royalty. And I just like dabbing it on like that. It's like, it's nice. It's a nice lipstick by Charlotte Tilbury. But you know what? There's drugstore makeup that will look just the same. So I don't understand, like, just getting up here, Michaela and Charlotte, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Y'all let me know. And I just think Charlotte was being rude. And I think that Michaela Noguera's comments recently were being rude too. But yeah. A little bit of makeup on. So this is like a little lazy trick. I have this Chanel powder. It basically is like eyeshadow to smoke out the eyes, and I just put it on my eyebrows. That's all I do. It's a shade Ombre Premier. I think I should buy a new one of this because I've had this for a very long time. I like to keep things new and fresh. I don't really into using expired makeup. I'm sorry about it. I love you guys so much. See you guys later. Bye. This is Rich Lux with the hottest news on YouTube.